The next member of our dais coming to the stage is Spielberg's fault. I'd originally written the script. Owen and Baru just had a house cat. But then Spielberg, that Jew, said, how does a cat save the universe? Or become Vader's son, or have a human sister? He could never see my vision, that bastard. So I said, fine, I'll make him a man, but all of his dialogue will be really whiny. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Mr. Luke Skywalker.
Hey, Dad. I guess this counts as quality family time for you. Forget going to the pod races, or a movie, or a picnic. That would be fine, but definitely not this family. Shit. George Lucas. Thank God you put me in the original trilogy, because then you could realize, and I just had to sit there and wait for the prequels to come out to see all my idols as whiny bitches the whole time. Close enough. People ask what the Force was, and I tell them, religion's greatest hits. In reality, it's just your cock. Of course, you do have to use that Force a lot to be able to see it anymore. But you are quite the progressive, because after Bert and Ernie, the second gay couple that any kids got to see were R2-D2 and C-3PO, so kudos to you, good sir. Biggest thing, George, though, never, ever do comedy. For the love of God, don't do it. Your stuff is timeless classics. But then let comedy be let with Spaceballs and Family Guy and Robot Chicken, because when left to your own devices to create comedy, you create Jar Jar Binks. Give it up for Lens Flare over here. If the new Death Star, when it blows up, is one giant lens flare, we're gonna kill you. You realize that. The most annoying character I dealt with was Salacious B. Crumb in Jabba's palace. Thank God I didn't have to deal with you in the prequels. All we had to deal with was his shrill laugh. Thank you. Jeez. Even worse than your annoying voice was when you were a senator. You ended up leading the movement to give the Emperor all the powers he needed to create the Galactic Empire. You, sir, are the Stacey Campfield of the Intergalactic Senate. James the Stormtrooper. Sorry you're out of a job, but I guess clones can be recycled just like your uniform. I got a way you can earn your job back. Here is an American football. See if you can hit me. Well, at least you're on par with Tennessee's quarterbacks. Han Solo. Hi. Hello. My partner in crime. We both saved each other's lives through numerous occasions. You think you could help a brother-in-law out by getting him more acting gigs. My last acting job was a ribbon-cutting ceremony at a Denny's in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Of course, there's plenty of debate about who fired first in the cantina. Well, after having a long conversation with my sister in our therapy sessions, I realized you always fired first. And you never finished the job either. But of course, from that last laugh dance, at least we know she doesn't smell bad on the outside or the inside. How you doing, sis? I know we've made a lot of jokes about us kissing through the whole roast so far, and I'm sure we'll hear a few more of them. But did you notice any other females up to that point in this fucking movie? And besides, remember one thing. She kissed me first. I'll see you at home, sweetheart. Okay. Yoda's here. The wise and great Jedi Master I met in a swamp on Dagobah. Taught me how to become a Jedi. You look so badass in those fights with the Emperor and against Count Dooku. Too bad you couldn't kill either of them and save us all the trouble. Oh, and great job bailing out on the fight with the Emperor. You got the whole Senate thrown at you, and then you had to hide in the vents only to let Jimmy Smits come and rescue you. I know Obi-Wan isn't here, but since you guys are ghost buddies... Hey, by the way, since you are, could you guys leave me alone for 5 fucking minutes so I can take a shit every once in a while? Jesus. And pass a few things on to Obi-Wan. You know, you should have told Uncle Owen not to be drinking so much of that blue milk, or he wouldn't have been able... He could have dodged all the lasers from the stormtroopers, because they're the only people the stormtroopers actually fucking hit in the whole movie. And also, you know, if he had just cut to the point and told me my father died after getting his legs and arm cut off, we would have just saved, you know, a whole slew of movies. Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay. Young Anakin, or as I like to call him, pre-Michael Jackson burn unit dad. The boy who would become Darth Vader, my father. They paired you with Oscar winner Natalie Portman, worked you alongside Samuel L. Jackson, Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor, Ian McDiarmid, Christopher Lee, and more, and yet your dialogue was still drier than Bantha shit left out for days on Tatooine. And last but not least, my other dad, you know, Hitler massacred millions of people just from certain groups. You blew up an entire fucking planet. I thought you were the most evil person in the galaxy. Until I watched Revenge of the Sith and saw that you were even whinier than me. Especially after Mom died. Good job with that, by the way. If you ever see Mom in Ghost World or wherever you hang out anymore, can you please tell her how much Leia and I appreciate that she lost the will to live right after squeezing 2 babies right out of her? That is the worst postpartum depression I've ever seen. George, the postpartum depression, it would have been more believable if she had just walked up to the Sarlacc pit and dropped us in. Gotcha, okay. But Dad, in all seriousness, you are a classic villain known the world over. You made being evil cool, and I was glad I could help you find redemption in the end. But if you ever go, no, at the end of any other movie, I'm going to cut your dick off, okay? Thank you.
You have a terrible way with children, don't you?